Hey Chevra, hope all is well. I really miss you guys. Here we are at another week and we're in the same situation. So I really daven, God willing, that I get to see you guys so soon. My son asks me every week, I'm so nervous he's going to forget that what we do every Shabbos is we go to Shul together, we go to Teen Minyan together, he gets to hang out with you guys, and it's something he really looks forward to. So not only was I nervous that he was going to forget it, but also I was nervous that he's going to forget about going to Shul altogether. But somehow I think because you guys have built such a relationship, not only with me, but with my family, every Shabbos he remembers, he says, are we going to Shul this Shabbos? Are we going to go see our students this Shabbos? So I just wanted to share a real appreciation, not only for the relationship that we've built, but for the relationship you guys have built with my family. And it's definitely something I'm walking into Pesach with that's giving me a lot of strength. Normally the Shabbos would be our Shabbos Hagadol Drasha. We probably have a Chametz party Kiddush, a big one, and we'd learn a little extra Torah, and we'd sing probably for a little bit longer. We'll all be doing it in our homes this week. At least I will. But I wanted to share a quick idea to maybe elevate our Shabbos slightly more, if not a lot more, whatever it is, to take what you can from this, a little prep for Pesach. During this time, obviously, it let a lot of us reflect on ourselves or on our families, etc. When you spend so much time with yourself and not going anywhere else, you start to think, and you start to think about who you are, what you want to be, what you've committed to, and what you haven't actually done yet, what you haven't followed through on. At least this is how my days have been going. And the idea came up when I was going through the Haggadah as a little bit of prep for Pesach, and I got to the 4 sons, and it reminded me of an idea. So we have the Chacham, we have the smart one, who's very inclusive. He's asking the right questions. He believes in God in the right way. We have the Rasha, who excludes himself from everything. We have the Tam, the simpleton. He just asks the basic question. And we have the She'eino Yodea Lishol, the one who doesn't even know how to ask. And very quickly, on one foot here, they each represent, some say, a different type of Jew. Right? The Chacham is the Jew who really cares about God, has emunah pshuta in God, doesn't need much to believe in God. He tries his best to understand, but even if he doesn't, that's not what makes him believe in God or not. And then you have the Rasha, who's constantly excluding himself, is constantly only thinking about himself, trying to see if it's worth anything is worth it for him. He's saying, what are you guys doing at this table? Why are you having that salt water? Why do you have this weird-looking crackers that you're calling bread on the table? What are you guys doing? That's the Rasha. And that's the type of Jew he is. The Tam is always like everyone thinks it's just one who doesn't have enough intelligence. Right? So he's asking a very big question. What is this? He's asking, what is this? If you pay attention, it's a very simple question. That's someone who sticks to routine, wakes up every morning, puts on his tefillin, davens 3 times a day, but never really thinks about what they're doing. He's going to do Pesach this year. He or she never really thinks about what they're doing. It's just part of routine. Right? I'm a religious Jew, but it's more part of routine than I'm making myself feel it. And then the She'eino Yodea Lishol, the one who doesn't even know what question to ask. And, as my dad always says, when we talk about the 4 sons, we always look around and say, my neighbor's the Rasha, the guy across the street is the Tam, and the guy down the block is the She'eino Yodea Lishol, and my family is the Chacham. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe actually gives a very different message. His message is, each son is not 4 different children. It's 4 different traits of ourselves. We all have moments where we're the best person in the world, we're a Chacham, we believe in God, we do what we can for God. And then we all have moments where we only think about ourselves. We all have moments where we do something, but we're not really feeling it. And sometimes we don't even know what questions to ask. Sometimes I don't feel confident enough to say what I believe in. So we have to realize these are 4 traits of ourselves, these are 4 different personalities, and we have to work through these different traits to always get back to the Chacham. But recognize and be okay that sometimes we have weak moments or hard moments, like the Rasha, Tam, and the She'eino Yodea Lishol. And our job in life is to recognize those moments and do what we can to get back to being a Chacham. And then he adds one more thing. He says there's a 5th son. And the fifth son is the one that didn't even know that there was a Pesach Seder. He's one that's not at the table. And your job as a father is to make sure that fifth son makes it to the table, that he knows he's invited, that you go out there and you make sure you feel included and you make others feel included, that you're making sure that they understand and believe and feel Pesach just as much as you do. And if you didn't, it says you didn't complete the job of the four sons, the four cups, the four Lashonot Geula. And that is what might prevent Mashiach. That is what he is most worried about. So I just want to say, be as thoughtful and reflect on yourselves as much as you possibly can, and recognize these four different traits of ourselves, and it manifests all in different ways, as well as recognize who else, maybe not this year, but next year, who else can you add to your Pesach table that can be inspired by you and your family and can feel Pesach just like you do. Have an amazing Shabbos, have an amazing Chag. Really, really miss you guys. Much love, and see you guys Sunday night, God willing.